Well, you know what? It's the weekend, and this is the time when we all go to the movies. Of course, this guy goes to the movies earlier than that so he can see them all and tell you what sucks and doesn't suck as much. It's Michael Snyder. Hi, Michael.
Hey, Alex, and when we're discussing this stuff, it's D-Day, and I hope that you land on your own personal Normandy beach and conquer this weekend, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? It's pretty good.
No, that was the most tasteless, trying to make things fit in with the day I've ever heard.
Thank you. I was personally responsible for every word I said just then. I have no writers, as evidenced by what I just said, but There you go.
Yeah,
it's a great. I bring this up because the lead review here, Edge of Tomorrow, has a lot to do with, in its way, D-Day, because there's a landing on the shores of Europe that's very pivotal to this story. And it's actually not a period piece. It's not a World War II drama. And it is that rarity, a science fiction film starring Tom Cruise that's really good, really clever, and really well executed. Edge of Tomorrow is basically a story of a guy who's a PR man for the armed forces who gets roped into being a part of the invasion as a foot soldier when aliens invade Europe. This is where they start. This is ground zero for an alien invasion, and the rest of the world bands together to fight them. And Tom Cruise's character finds himself in very treacherous circumstances. And spoiler alert, I'm so sorry about this, but it's so pivotal to the story, I have to say. He's killed on the beach during the invasion, but finds himself back where he started again, about to be brought into a elite troop of soldiers that are going to be invading Europe to stop the alien menace. And it keeps happening. It is a very clever film, very well shot, terrific special effects. Love the aliens. Yes, there are aliens. And as his co-star, Emily Blunt plays a female soldier who is in fact the hero of a previous skirmish and has become kind of a rallying point for people to join the fight against the oppressive creatures from beyond. The whole time loop situation is very well handled. It's a funny film. And it's directed by Doug Liman, whose work on The Bourne Identity really impressed me, and he's pretty terrific here. It's based on a book, not a graphic novel, an actual novel, and I haven't read it, but I'm almost inclined to. Good supporting work, by the way, from Brendan Gleeson as the Armed Forces commander in charge of the invasion. Very cool film. If you like science fiction, I would go see Edge of Tomorrow. If you're a little uneasy about Tom Cruise, forget about it, because he does a great job in this. We have to have kind of a date movie, and I guess the closest we have here for the weekend is a doomed teen romance movie, which, makes my gut shudder at the thought. And The Fault in Our Stars is based on a massively popular bestseller about a couple of teenagers with cancer who fall in love. Oh, my God. And they meet at a support group, and it goes from there. But guess what? Shailene Woodley, who seemed to smear her burgeoning career with Divergent, the young adult kind of the Hunger Games for a new generation, has bounced back with the best performance I've seen her give, certainly since The Descendants. And this is a pretty heartfelt and honest look at what it's like to face your own mortality when you're a kid. And I have to say that she makes the movie, even when it has kind of bizarre, contrived moments, and there are a few. And the kid who plays opposite her, Ansel Elgort, is the guy's tongue twister of a name. He plays Gus, the male counterpart here. At first is such a smirky jackass that it's hard to stomach. And that kind of works against the film a bit. But you get to kind of like him, actually like the guy. And good supporting work from Willem Dafoe as an author they both admire. And as her mom and dad, Laura Dern, and from True Blood, Sam Trammell, are really, really good. It never really panders. This movie doesn't pander. it works. And, I may have messed it up a little bit. The Fault in Our Stars. Obvious Child is kind of a vanity piece in a way. It's all about an aspiring comedian named Donna Stern, played by former SNL featured player Jenny Slater, who never really impressed me. Jenny Slate, excuse me. Never really. She so unimpressed me, I couldn't get her last name right there. Anyway, she's a comedian, and she's just broken up with her boyfriend, who has, in fact, dumped her for her quote-unquote prettier best friend, and we have to deal with her complaining and her whining. And, she has kind of the vulgar, lowbrow stand-up routines that are supposed to be wildly funny because it's a woman talking about farting and stuff, and that's not that great. But I was impressed with Jenny Slate's performance, and this is not horrible. Obvious Child shows what it's like to have to deal with that sort of thing when you doubt your prospects, when you're struggling professionally, when your family life is teetering, and then when something life-changing happens like a pregnancy. I've seldom seen a movie deal with a pregnancy the way this one did, and I thought it was pretty brave in that regard. And I thought, it's not bad. Obvious Child is okay. All right, we're going to wrap it up with The Sacrament, which is a pretty clever kind of thriller about a cult and about a guy who's deciding to rescue his sister from the cult and goes with two journalists to try to document the rescue and see exactly what's going on in a foreign country where this, I guess we could call it very much like the Jim Jones gang, very much like the story behind Jonestown, where this thing goes down, and there's a charismatic leader and kind of religious trappings. And The Sacrament is from the writer-director Ty West, who did The House of the Devil, and it's pretty well done. If I have problems with it, it would be that as soon as I realized it was a take on Jonestown, it became kind of a waiting game for the denouement. But since it's fictionalized, who knows where the thing's going to go? And it didn't seem to settle on whether or not it was supposed to be a standard dramatic presentation with opening credits, or one of those faux found footage films that kind of, we've seen in the past. And I thought that maybe that undercut the verity here. But ultimately, I thought it was a very decent drama inspired by real events and very creepy. Nicely done. The actors were good. The shooting of the thing was good. Amy Seimetz, who's been in a couple of really cool films lately, she's sort of a new indie queen. She plays the sister. Joe Swanberg plays a significant role in this. It's good stuff. The Sacrament, and it'll work really, really well on video. And that's pretty much the major stuff for the weekend. I know Citizen Koch is opening this weekend, and I hear that it's pretty volatile and agitprop about the billionaire industrialist David Koch.
It's pronounced Coke. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I was kidding around. Thank you.
Okay.
I didn't want to confuse it with Mayor Koch, not the same guy.
Right.
Spelled the same, but not the same guy.
Yeah.
Have you seen this, by the way? I have not had a chance
No, I have
yet.
not seen it, and I really don't care.
Come on, you damn lefty. You want to see these weasels at work. That's right. That was the working title of this thing, I heard. Weasels at Work.
Yeah.
Anyway, what do you got in TV suggestions,
Nothing.
Mr. B?
You got your final, what do you call it, Game of Thrones this week, so I guess that's it for another year. And everybody's hoping that R.R. Martin will live long enough to write the final novel, because
wow.
he doesn't look healthy, So, and again, another wonderful season in which I understood absolutely nothing that was going on. There are just so many characters. I can't remember some of them. Every now and then, Marjorie looks at me and goes, "Now, remind me who he was again."
Wait, is that Queen Marjorie? Oh, wait, you don't know the characters, do you?
No. But anyway, we've watched every one of them anyway. And we sit around going, we don't know why. Oh, yeah, Orange is the New Black.
Yep, it's available as of today from Netflix, so binge away, everybody. The second season of the the prison dramedy, which is pretty hilarious and pretty wild and pretty brutal. I got a kick out of the first season of it.
Yeah.
Also, Fargo is heading toward its conclusion, I think, next week.
Two more episodes.
Well, that's heading toward its conclusion.
Yeah. I never understand why they go, Next week is the last show before the last show. I don't know why they promote it that way.
Well, when they use the word penultimate, they're just hedging their bets and want another week out of
you. Well, I'm going to miss Fargo. It's so good. It's so good.
Coming up soon on BBC America, The Musketeers.
Great
swashbuckling
show.
And fun.
Great show. Anyway.
And other goodies.
And okay. And they're currently running In the Flesh, which I strongly recommend, too.
And hey, True Blood's final season, for better or worse.
Well, that's gone about 3 seasons too long.
Are you saying it jumped the Fang?
It jumped the Fang. Anyway, let's play the theme and get out of here. And thank you very much, Michael. We'll see you again next week. And in the meantime, don't see any bad movies, okay?
I won't, and check me out at Twitter, at Culture Blaster.
Okay, Culture Blaster. That's for Michael Snyder. Thanks, Michael.